we're thrilled to have Roger here, CEO of MessageGears, our premier sponsor and just great supporters of this event and others. Roger, are you out there, my friend?
I am here.
Yes.
Thrilled to be back. And look, I'm in the lobby lodge of the Stein here, and I'm looking for you guys. I've been looking everywhere.
That's incredible.
John Whitfield. John. Sorry. I wish I was at the Stein. That would be great. But no, sadly, I am. Change my virtual background here.
Wow, you have the old gingerbread A1 fighter from last year. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yes. All right, let me share my screen here.
Well, hey, listen, I want to say thanks to you and your team for sticking with us and your continued support, man. We really appreciate it. You guys are our heroes. And also, I think you bought some lunch for some of our buy-side marketers today, so I'm sure they're appreciative of that. So thank you for doing that. And look, I don't want to steal any more of your thunder. I know you always have a vibrant and awesome, disruptive presentation to give. So I'll let you take it away and I'll step back.
Well, it's my pleasure. So thank you, John. Thanks, Steve. It's good to be back at the Email Insider Summit, and hopefully our last one remote. Wouldn't that be awesome? So hopefully see everybody in person soon. Hey, we're going to talk about how radically different needs require a radically different approach. MessageGears is a customer marketing platform. We work exclusively with large B2C brand marketers for all their outbound marketing, and have a platform that helps them do what they need to do in these unique times. Welcome to week 37 of March, as this year has droned on, unfortunately. But look, we're in the home stretch. We're actually in December. The calendar is getting ready to turn over to 2021. But look, things aren't going to change dramatically in 2021 for a couple of reasons. I mean, first of all, I think the economy is not going to dramatically change until summertime sometime. Once the vaccine gets fully out, and God willing, we have herd immunity and life goes more back to normal. That's still 6, 7, 8 months away. So it's not some panacea when the calendar turns. But I think more to the point, from a planning perspective, it's that consumer behavior is likely to really be changed fundamentally, perhaps forever, certainly for the foreseeable future. This is from Gartner that, that brands need to find a way to meet consumers where they are. That's what brands have done for the last 7 months. The good brands, the brands that have thrived in COVID times have been great at meeting consumers where they are, both physically as well as mentally and emotionally. And I think consumers have grown accustomed to that, and it's going to change the way that they interact with brands post-COVID. And so as email marketers, we need to be ready to live in that world. So customer change has changed forever. And just some examples of that, just for me, I'll use, as an example, OpenTable, which happens to be a MessageGears customer. I mean, I use OpenTable for, a lot. Their app is fantastic if you don't have it. But would you imagine like dropping in a restaurant today without a reservation? A, you don't know whether, the dining room's open, and B, there's a lot fewer tables most likely, and you certainly want to sit outside. And so you need to have a reservation. I think that post-COVID, it'll be kind of unthinkable to go out to a restaurant and not have a table reserved in the time and know where you're going. Chick-fil-A, a brand near and dear to my heart, also a MessageGears customer. And for the record, their chicken sandwich is much better than Popeye's chicken sandwich. Don't at me, okay, if there's a text board, or you can. But either way, look, I'm a big fan of their app. I use their app, I don't know, probably 25% of the time that I would go to Chick-fil-A, which is far too often pre-pandemic. I use it 100% of the time now. I never go to Chick-fil-A without ordering the food on my app first. It's just a better experience. I get exactly what I want. I don't have to wait in line. The food's ready when I walk in the door, or they bring it out to my car. And so post-pandemic, I can't imagine going to a different experience. And so the experience that I have with Chick-fil-A has changed because of the pandemic. That changed forever. Home Depot, another MessageGears customer, I shop at Home Depot differently today. I don't think many of us go to Home Depot to browse the aisles. We go to buy specific things. Because the pandemic forced me to think about what I wanted in advance. I would go online. I do go online, homedepot.com, and I find what I'm looking for, see if it's in stock at the store I'm going to, and see what aisle it's located on and where in the aisle it is. So I can go in, get what I want, go out. I can really do all of my shopping and my browsing before I go to the store. Look, Home Depot's killing it right now. They're doing great in the pandemic because they've responded to the customer where they are mentally, emotionally, physically. Home Depot is doing great. Look, Best Buy is another one. They just reported their best quarter ever right in the middle of the pandemic. Why? Because they're creating a better experience for their customers. I buy a lot of stuff at Best Buy because, again, I can shop online. I can buy it online. It's faster than Amazon because I can drive 5 minutes away. They'll bring it out to my car and I have a physical place to return it to. I get points. They have a great loyalty system. Look, these are examples of customers that have thrived during the pandemic because they've responded to it and they've set up for future success because of the way customer behavior is going to be changed permanently. So the brands that are thriving are using their customer data to thrive and to make better experience for their customers. The problem is, however, not all brands are doing this. And there's a difference between thriving and barely surviving. And I think that's what that's what's happened to a lot of brands during the pandemic. It's almost like a knife's edge. What the pandemic has caused is companies that are doing the things we've talked about as an industry for years and years about centralizing your customer data, utilizing it, being nimble, being agile, and giving those personalized experience to customers. The ones that are able to do it now are seeing far outweigh benefits than they thought possible. And the ones that aren't able to do it are seeing far worse performance than they thought possible because it's just customers are demanding it. And it's all because of data friction. It's the inability for the people on this conference to take their customer data and use it to give these great customer experiences. So I'm going to talk about some examples of what that means. What is data friction and why is it important today? I'm going to talk about some real people with some real stories, things that we've seen, things that we've heard, problems we've solved for existing customers and what prospects are telling us. And I think that, some of these things, unfortunately, will be frighteningly close to home for a lot of the marketers here because we hear them over and over again. This came up with the retailer experience recently where, one of our prospects was complaining to us that their personalized customer offers take over a week to be sent out over email after approval. It seems almost impossible, right? But just the manual processes required to take an offer and to have it get in the inbox for a customer, an offer that was developed by their internal data algorithms to say, this is the best offer for this customer right now. And it takes 6 or 7 days for it to get out the door. That is unbelievable. That's a fail. All right. And that's only because of you don't have the right technology in place to access the data required to do that. And it's, a lot of people explain it away because of, processes, or that's just the way email is. It's not the way it needs to be. The customer segments and campaign messaging can't be shared across every channel. This siloed issue is one that we see over and over again. It's amazing to me the great successful brands that we talk to that just cannot sync up content between mobile push and email, and certainly can't sync up content between email and their website, right? You've got to get there to create these customer experiences that I'm describing for the brands that thrive. You got to get there. Look, offers, inventory, purchase behavior is out of date by the time you send an email. We see this all the time. And again, this is a fail. It's just because, it's not because as a company, you don't have the data you need to be successful. You don't have access to it, or you don't have the tools to act with agility, to move quickly when you have a new idea. What we call them super senders. Again, MessageGears only worked with enterprise brands, large senders. And What do you need to be successful? You need access to your data in real time. You need access to all your data in real time, not a copy of a subset of your data that happens to live in a marketing cloud. Your source of truth, everything. You need to be nimble. You know, you need to think of an idea driving into the office on Tuesday morning and have and be QAing that and being ready to send it by Tuesday afternoon. If you can't do that today, you should talk to us. You need consistency across all your customer touch points. You know, I think mostly you need a platform that can help you do these things, because today you just can't. You need it, but to do that, it's a radically different approach. Email has done the same thing the same way for almost 2 decades now. A radically different approach is required by big brands to thrive in this kind of environment. What MessageGears is we're a customer marketing platform that leverages your core customer data where it lives. We don't copy it, which means that we have radically simpler implementation. It's just easy to get up and going with us. Super fast. It means that we don't have to copy your data, so it's cheaper. Generally speaking, it means that your data never leaves your firewall, which means it's more data secure, and your data security team will love you. The ones that usually are, you know, brick walls to trying to get a deal done with a MarTech vendor, that will embrace us with open arms because we use your data where it lives. It gives you more control. And what we do is we leverage your internal assets. So as the marketer, you can use all of that to send personalized messaging across all your channels, to create unique, very specific, customer segments that you can send anywhere, whether you send email through us or not. But if you want to send those same segments that you're sending emails to Facebook or Google or any other third-party vendor, you can do that. We also have a product called Engage that is a API as a service engine. So it really enables other brands to have access to your real-time data at scale. Companies like Movable Inc., leverage these API as a service brands where we can pull in context data in a performant way across our brands. So 3 products: MessageGears Segment, MessageGears Messaging, and MessageGears Engage. They work great together, but you can use any of them by themselves as well. All leveraging your core data where it lives for better, faster, cheaper. So ultimately, what does this mean for you, the email marketer? Well, look, you can create better customer experiences, number one. That's the most important thing. You can dream and do, we like to say. Think of something and you can get it out the door, no matter how complex. You can work faster and smarter. So not only can you think of something, but you can do it. Almost always removing, IT contingencies to making it happen, because during the setup process, we give you access to all the data you need. It just makes it easier to get things done. And finally, it'll most likely be cheaper than your current solution as well. That's a success, not a fail. Blue Nile has used us to great success since coming onto our platform. They're on a modern data platform, BigQuery data. Chick-fil-A is using us for modular content. It really helps their kind of, an audience of one approach for customized solutions. ShopStyle has seen increased marketer agility and lower costs, getting things out the door faster and cheaper. They love what we do. You're in great company at MessageGears. Look at this list: OpenTable, Home Depot, Blue Nile, T-Mobile, WebMD, Culver's have all joined us in the last year. We have a ton of momentum right now. We'd love to talk to you about how we can help your technology liberate you, not limit you. So let's take a radically different approach with MessageGears. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, John.
Right. Yes,
I'm still
sir.
wandering around the lobby looking for you.
Hey man, thank you. Well done as always. And what I like about you guys is you're not afraid to be nimble. That's kind of been your mantra as we go here over the last few years. So we love that ability to stick and move, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So thanks everyone. And I hope to see you in person next time we do this.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to too. I wish I was having some of that maple smoked bacon right now with you at the 5-star Stein Erickson Lounge. I know.
All right.
Hey, if folks want to get in touch with you, would you be willing to put your contact information into the chat function here?
Yes, absolutely. I will do that. I will do that right now.
Excellent.
And reach out to me. I'll put my personal address in there. and I will get you in touch with the right folks at my company. But please reach out. We'd love to talk to you and show you what we're
Yeah.
about.
Thanks, Roger. Always great to see you, my friend. And I can't wait to be back in person with you, man.
Sounds great. Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks again.